Good day, everyone. I am Rosel G. Tolentino, your assigned reporter for today. Our topic for today is check-in, check-out arrival, registration, assignment, and rooming. But before we proceed, here are the objectives of this topic. At the end of the discussion, the students are expected to understand the role of ballet attendant and door person at the hotel, to determine the function of each topic, and to fully comprehend the process of check-in, check-out from arrival to rooming of a hotel. The arrival procedure appears routine and standardized, and it is, although a wide choice of sizes, classes, and types of hotels, means no two arrivals are exactly the same. Guests also contribute to the range of expectations. Some are seasoned travelers and some novices. Some know the brand well and some are first-timers. The arrival procedure mixes the personalities of each property with its range of services and levels of training, with the personalities of each individual, both those arriving and those greeting the arrivals. If all front office functions are running smoothly and all systems are working in unison, the arrival is an auspicious one. Next, the moment of truth. Moments of truth, also known as guest experience touchpoints, are the crucial interaction the guests have with the staff and business. This interaction leave a positive, neutral, or negative perception of your brand and in the hospitality industry. Here are the moments of truth in hotel industry. First, arrival time signals the sharpest distinction between the industry's many levels of service. Second, limited service guests who use self-check in terminals may see no one at all. And last, full-service hotels make the arrival procedure part of the guest experience, one of many moments of truth. Valet attendant. It is responsible for driving, parking, and retrieving guest vehicles to ensure a smooth and welcoming experience upon the arrival and departure. The valet parking attendant returns vehicles from the parking lot promptly and safely and provides excellent customer service to each guest. Parking attendants greet guests arriving by private auto, open car doors, and assist with luggage, taking control of the vehicle, providing a receipt, and parking the car is the essence of the job. Urban parking is a revenue center of the hotel. Parking arrangement may be reversed with the parking company paying the hotel for the right to pick up guest cars. The valet attendants are the parking company's employee, not subject to the hotel. The door person. The presence of the door attendant makes a strong statement about the hotel. It is concerned for guests and its level of service. The door person is part concierge, part bell person, part tour guide, part host, and part friend. Like other uniformed personnel, gratuities are a mainstay of the income. Guests and non-guests alike look to this person for suggestions, directions, and advice, and, not incidentally, for taxi cabs. They work closely with parking valets, system for hotel security, watching the comings and goings of regulars and strangers. Doormen build an inner sense of who is who. Their antenna pick up the signals of something amiss from lurking strangers or suspicious packages. Door person in their splendid uniforms make an impressive impact and a comforting presence at the hotel's entry. The arrival list was printed as part of the night audit. The guest service agent confirms the accommodations, has the guest sign the registration card, secures a credit card imprint, selects a room, transfer a key, and exchanges pleasantries. The entire reception from A to C is handled in a matter of minutes. Provided rooms are available, registration is delayed but for a short time. Even if the desk has no record of the reservation, basic information needs to be recaptured as unobtrusively as possible. But there is no reason to tell the guest that the reservation is missing. Registration is handled as if the guests were walked in. Guest-to-agent interactions change dramatically when the house is about full 100% occupancy. A quick and caring response from the hotel staff might convert a traumatic experience into a positive moment of truth. For walk-ins, registering walk-ins takes more time than registering reservation holders. But, as with lost reservations, the process can be expedited. Guest service agents collect the same information from walk-ins that is captured through reservations. To make the assignment and quote a rate, the agent needs to elicit the number in the party, the length of stay, and the accommodations desired. Sales to walk-ins boost the hotel's bottom line. Walk-ins are the final tier yield management system. Motor hotels rely on walk-ins for a greater portion of their occupancy than do. An inviting lobby is the first means of capturing the sale. A cordial, knowledgeable guest service agent with the right message is the second. Registration, RNA are not assigned. Early arrivals, especially those who appear before the checkout hour, may need to wait until a departure creates a room vacancy. The industry has not seen 100% occupancy for a very long time. Waiting guests are offered baggage check service and sometimes a complimentary beverages. The industry has not seen 100% occupancy for a very long time. Waiting the guests are offered baggage check service and sometimes a complimentary beverage. The registration card is completed but marked RNA, registered but not assigned. An actual room number is assigned only after someone checks out. Even then, the guest is kept waiting until housekeeping has finished its job and unchanged room is released. Guests are never sent to unmade rooms. Early arrivals who come after rooms had been vacated are assigned immediately, but not given the key while the room is unchanged. This is a slightly different procedure than the RNA. Occupancy takes place once housekeeping releases the room. Wait time is usually less for these early arrivals. Room charge are the real issue with early arrivals. Waiting lines. Hotel executives must balance the four elements of waiting lines: arrival population, service population, and queue and service disciplines. Management's failure to attend to the four parts of queuing theory creates negative moments of truth. Frequent guest members, important persons, and different area by the concierge or a hotel executive. Registration pods don't eliminate lines, but they make experience more cordial. Self-service check-in is viewed as a special accommodation rather than reduction in service. Initially, self-check-in terminals require the arriving guest to hold a reservation and a payment card. It's either credit or debit. When all rooms are taken and only few suites are available, it challenges the terminal's capability. Rather than walk to the arrival, the desk clerk will likely upgrade the reservation to one of the suites. The registration card. Guest service agents greet arriving guests with pleasantries and registration cards. Timing applies to the registration card as well. Guests with reservation are accommodated quickly because registration cards are pre-printed as part of the previous night's audit. Release of registration. Information, names, addresses, company affiliations, times of arrivals and departures, telephone and internet records, credit card, data, and more. Contents of the cards: name and addresses, number in the party, room number, date of departure, rate, agent's identification, folio number, disclaimer of liability. Points of agreement. To minimize misunderstandings, the agent repeats several facts as the registration closes. Assignment. No smoking rooms. Gradually, as calls for no smoking grew, hotels set aside entire floors or wings for non-smokers. Today, some hotels are entirely smoke-free. Public contention between smokers and non-smokers has spilled over to hotel rooms. Non-smokers want a fresh room without the stale odor of smoke or the sweet scent used by housekeeping to mask the smell. Smokers want matches and ashtrays and less harassment. Pets. Almost every chain has some type of pet accommodation. The assignment process. Blocking the room, choosing selling the room, upgrades, VIPs. Did not stay. In a very rare instances, the arriving party may register and leave immediately. Typically, no charges made if checkout takes place within a reasonable time, even if the room was occupied briefly. The completed registration card is marked as did not stay and given over to a supervisor. Establishment credit and identity. Guests with reservations have already established a preliminary level of credit and identification. Credit cards help establish the guest identity, but some jurisdictions require additional identification. Associates throughout the hotel must be vigilant if the paid in advance system is to work. Without a card on file, all services must be paid in cash. Rooming the guests. The uniform services. The uniform service personnel are minimum wage workers but are the top of all hotel wage earners. Rooming slips. Rooming slips ask the guest to verify 3 bits of information: name and spelling, date of departure, and rate. Arriving at the room. Registration completed. The bell person moves toward the elevators with the guest in tow. Green Hotel. Lodging's early efforts at greening the industry were chiefly cosmetic. And that's the end of my discussion. And for my reflection, I have learned in this topic that the door person was not only there to assist guests and to act as part bell person and a part tour guide. They also serve as an early warning system for hotel security. Watching the comings and goings of regular customers and strangers, doormen build an inner sense which they can easily recognize who is nice and who is suspicious. At the registration, if the arriving guest has the reservation, they will be handled quickly. And even the reservation of guests are missing, it is not allowed to tell the guest that it is actually missing. Instead, they have to solve it immediately. They can change into a positive moment of truth about their traumatic experience if they have a quick and caring response to the hotel staff. I also learned that the credit cards help establish the guest identity if it is used in a hotel, but some jurisdictions require additional identification. That's all for today. Thank you for listening.